shear dimensional, shear torsion fields, quantum flux, I mean, shit. How electricity produced from the electromagnetic field from the wires and not from the wire itself. So there's a physics there that we don't understand. Tesla knew. He said that was the aether, that region where the electromagnetic deal is produced electricity. Because that's what it is. We're electrical. Everything is electrical and magnetic. So it's electromagnetic. So it's the wavelength, and that's why you have infrared, the bandwidth, wavelength. Ultraviolet has near extreme and super extreme. It's like the widest band in the spectrum, in the visual spectrum. Then you got X-rays, gamma. We can even, man, that's a long wave deal. The wave that reaches far and fast. Photonic shit. Tachyons, photons. I mean, it goes down to the basic. The only constant on everything is space. No matter how small the particle is, there's always a space between the particles, the micro world in the shit, the proton, neutron, everything is there's always a space. No matter how tiny, there is always a space. So that's the only constant. The rest is all variables. Time and momentum, whatever. And gravity is another component. Gravitational fields. Like what David Sereda was talking about, the quantum, the photon that has no mass, a vehicle that becomes light, it has no mass, so it can do all kinds of tricks. Can move this way, turn on a dime. It can go in through walls, through anything, because it has no mass. The mass is cancelled, but if you have photonic information, photon has no mass. So that's why that associated, the crashing rover had a fiber optic that produced their own photon, containing its own photonic. Because if the craft has no mass, you have to have telemetry to move that shit through the wormhole to whatever. See how this deal is like, you can see patterns. This shit is a finger, it's a gigantic ass hand, which is made out of these tiny little ones. This is hard to explain to somebody that just started out to see. It overwhelmed their asses. If I pull out the information I've been collecting over 70 fucking years, it just burned their brain. Oh my God, I can handle that shit. The neighbor that I had, he said he had a headache almost instantly when Bob Lazar started explaining about gravity waves and shit. He said, oh, I cannot handle this, it's too much for me. Poor thing. I said, look, bro, go home, take a break, go take a nap. And I'll talk to you later, because I can see the guy was having a hard time. And it was just like, it was hurting his head. Imagine. I mean, somebody that, like this lady that asked me, well, I just learned that all these cities on the moon, and then you hit me with this shit, and I don't know, oh my God. So I had to explain to you, but then if I give you 50 videos, then you're gonna be I mean, you have to open your mind. It's education, man. People are really poorly educated. And I don't mean math and shit. It's all about everything. The spiritual. You have to know, I mean, life, this is a learning school of life. And if you don't read, man, if you don't talk to or listen to people but you have to understand the shit that the people are talking, the people that, it's a long process. You cannot cram in 2 pages what you learn in 17, well, not 17, shit, 45 years. My God, I graduated from high school in 72. No, I'm sorry, 74. No, hell no, 72. I took 4 years college. So I got my degree in engineering and whatever. But I have been reading since I was 9 years old. I've been reading earlier. But the good books I was reading already at 9 years old. Shit about Tibet and the transcendental meditation and all that crap. I was already reading because my sister and my brother had books about all that stuff. And my older brother was a physicist. So my sister and my other brother, they were always talking about stuff that was like, wow, the fuck is that? So I put them in my head, in the back of my mind. Now I know what they were talking about. This shit is a whole different ball game. I mean, I already went over them. I already know way more than they did back then. Except the physicist that he knew the numbers really well. He was teaching in college after only 2 years in college. He was already teaching. Well, anyway, this is the deal. This is the pattern, and this is what the container look like inside. The container where we are in solar system. Purgatory.